Well, it's Silicon Valley's dirty little secret, ageism.
Our Veronica De La Cruz joins us with a closer look at age bias in the tech industry and what some are doing to fight it.
Yeah, well, Ken and Liz, the term Silicon Valley was coined on January 11th, 1971, which makes it 49 years old. But it's fair to ask, would Silicon Valley even hire a 49-year-old? I took a closer look at ageism in the tech industry and what some are doing to stop father time. Injections, liposuction, chin lifts, microneedling, cosmetic procedures you might expect to see a woman getting, but times have changed. Dr. Larry Fan is a highly sought-after plastic surgeon in San Francisco.
If you look at Facebook, Apple, Google, all the big companies, I think the average age for the workers is about 30 years old.
He says more men in tech are seeking out the fountain of youth just to stay in the game.
And they're coming to offices like this.
In a recent Washington Post article, Dr. Fan said, in Silicon Valley, once you're 35, you're seen as over the hill.
They're being viewed as almost irrelevant because, they're too old to understand, or they're not current, they're not in touch with today's, sort of people. I do feel like they are discriminated against.
Which could be why the American Society for Aesthetic Plastic Surgery saw a whopping 325% increase in less than 5 years from men getting cosmetic procedures. In fact, Botox for men has also become known as Brotox.
Bring your chin just down a tiny bit, right there.
Rob Jackson is the founder of a marketing startup.
I think it's always about getting your foot into the door. If you have an edge in any sort of way, it could be, a good haircut, good teeth, good looking skin.
Jackson says regardless of age, keeping up your appearance goes hand in hand with securing a good job.
You have the appearance of being sharper, and I think anything with your appearance is super important when it comes to getting a job that you want.
So we're going to start around your chin.
I'm here to get a procedure done that's called Scarlett SRF. It's a microneedling procedure that remodels collagen under the skin, and so it helps you look younger and helps you reduce wrinkles.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
You look so young.
Which brings us to this. Is ageism in Silicon Valley real? Just last year, Google reached an $11 million settlement with more than 200 job applicants over the age of 40.
You weren't a good cultural fit. You didn't have enough googliness. You couldn't fit in with the energy of the company. Those are all typical, like I said, buzz phrases when you're trying to essentially flag someone's age, but not actually say that.
Robert Nelson is an employment attorney in San Francisco. He handles age discrimination cases like this all the time. Flipping through court documents, he says the lawsuit also alleges Google referred to some of its workers over the age of 40 as grayglers.
They're saying that in tech, once you are over the age of 35, you're looked at as being over the hill. Do you think there's any truth to that?
Oh my gosh, I better pack it in.
Riviera Partners is a top recruiting firm that scouts for talent in Silicon Valley. Spray painted on the wall, their client list, which reads like a veritable who's who in the industry. Will Hunsinger is the CEO. I asked him his thoughts on going under the knife.
I think it's absurd. I think that altering your appearance to fit in or conform to a standard certainly shows a potential level of insecurity.
But he understands why some would do it. He says when it comes to a more age-diverse workforce, Silicon Valley needs to do better.
It's our responsibility to ensure that we're making the right decisions when we're hiring our teams and placing the value on diversity.
So until workers see the tech industry pivot on this age-old problem,
Go ahead and raise your eyebrows for me.
some will continue seeing their doctor in hopes of injecting new life into their career.
It's a complicated problem. It's a long-standing problem. Is plastic surgery the answer to it? I don't know. If plastic surgery helps, then God bless.
A recent Dice survey interviewed 4,000 tech workers over the age of 40. 80% of them said they were concerned about what their age meant for their future in the tech industry.
So
Ken and Liz.
interesting, because you think we're talking about Hollywood.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
you need to constantly make sure that you're looking your best. They're young for those parts.
Well, not only that, and there's been a complete role reversal. Like I said at the very beginning of the story, you would think that this is something that women would be chasing, but no,
Worried
now
about
it's
that
men.
for years. Yeah.
But I see the other side of it. I see the Warren Buffetts of the world, the Elon Musks of the world, who wouldn't sit down to this. It's absurd, like the guy says. Either you got it here or you don't in the tech business. But
It speaks
that's
to the
not
pressure.
what other people think.
It does.
It speaks to the pressure that you have so many people applying for that key job.
Yeah.
And you want to feel like maybe youth is going to get ahead.
Absolutely.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
That's exactly right.
Veronica, thank you.